Companies like Eloqua are seeing a 55% increase in monthly active users after implementing gamification on their customer community. Companies like Blue Wolf, who you'll see Natasha from Blue Wolf up here later, they've seen a 68% increase in traffic to their website after implementing a gamified social media amplification program, and an 8-fold increase in the number of bloggers inside their company. Hope Lab, you'll see Lance Henderson from Zamzi up here. These guys have used gamification to get kids, tweens, to exercise more, and just did a study with the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation where they, over 6 months, showed a 59% increase in activity amongst these kids, which, aside from helping them get more fit, lowered blood sugar levels, lowered bad cholesterol, like real meaningful business results coming out of this. So at the end of the day, I think the results are going to speak for themselves, and at the end of the day, the market is going to judge, right, whether this stuff works or not. So I'm incredibly excited that we have all these great customers and partners up here to talk to you about what they've been doing and the kinds of results they've been seeing.
You know, as the weeks go by, we are constantly seeing more creative ways of using gaming dynamics within the business context. And the important thing is that it is having a positive impact on business outcomes, right? So we're starting to see companies really move the needle by taking this approach.
One of the things that was mentioned earlier was this hashtag killer campaign. And when we first started working with Bunchball 5 years ago, we put it into practice on one of our most passionate fan bases, which is psych. So for us, we've got to figure out, well, great, they're making great strides in motivating, but how do we get that motivation to actually mean something and do something, building a better community and telling a better story around our shows? You know, fantasy football gets overlooked all the time, and it's one of the earlier indications of what was going on with the G word, the gamification, in the television space. I try not to use gamification too much, just because it's kind of inherent in everything that we do now. It's part of how we're creating content and doing storytelling. So the G word is just really not mentioned all that much in the team. It's just how they operate.
So if you're going to drive gamification into a sales process, what is the before and after result? How much more revenue is generated as a result? How much more sales productivity is generated as a result? Unless those numbers are either measured or the expectation is understood, the odds of failure are high, because how do you know if it's better unless you measure it? These are examples of Jive customers, which we can talk about publicly, that also happen to be customers using Bunchball and Jive. Some great customers. Eloqua happens to be we were a customer of Eloqua as well. Fidelity, NetApp, Teletech, T-Mobile, Pearson, Palo Alto Network. These are great companies doing great stuff with gamification with Bunchball.
So for you, Chris, what are your KPIs, your success metrics, and how are you looking at those?
Yeah, so we have a few. At the end of the day, high quality decisions by our crowd of contributors is the most important metric that we offer to our clients. So a lot of the gamification techniques, such as leaderboards, or the number of badges someone has, or basically getting, oftentimes a badge in our world is you gained a certain skill. So we now trust you in doing content moderation, or we now trust you in doing content generation, or one of the various types of work that we do.
One good lesson, I think, is that any kind of gamification program takes constant iteration. I think that before you launch this, realize that once you get your users engaged and excited about this, they're going to keep wanting more. So you have to be prepared with a good roadmap, long-term roadmap on things like new challenges and, again, some kind of overall change management strategy that goes around it.
So I'm going to steal Rajat's quote from earlier, which is, "The world is flat." So it's my opinion, based on kind of the experience we've had building out what we've been doing the last, Cisco is a global company. We do business in over 200 countries. So yes would be the answer, that this applies globally. That being said, then I'm going to steal Jesse's comment from earlier when he was talking about the different shows that they have, and no one audience is the same, right? So applying that same methodology where if you understand your audience and your objectives, you can apply this anywhere.
Just wondering, I've heard so many great resources today dropped. Favorite websites, books, other resources that you guys turn to when you're looking for your guidance?
Bunchball. I'll be honest. I mean,
Oh, nice. What's his prize, Raj?
I just earned 1,000 points somewhere.